It took me 20 minutes to find one of these beauties, so I'm really hoping it was worth it. So unlike my previous library book haul, which was primarily crime novels, I kind of wanted to get a few more non-fiction books in there and a couple of other things, just to mix my reading up a little bit. And the one that took me the longest to find, and the one that I actually specifically went to the library for, is, well, this is called The Years Between. This is a collection of plays by women. Its official title is Plays by Women on the London Stage, 1900 to 1950. I actually got this out because it's got Daphne du Maurier's Years in it, and I've been a big fan of du Maurier for about 3 or 4 years now, give or take, and I really wanted to read it. But it also has some other plays in it. We have Diana of Dobson's, William Shakespeare, An Invention, The Constant Nymph, The Wartime Reviews, What Shall I Wear, I'm Only a Medium, and many, many more. There are so many plays in here that I assume have been played down the London stage at some point. Really looking forward to kind of maybe discovering some new playwrights that I didn't know about, and of course very much looking forward to reading The Years. Sticking for the moment with that theme, we have The Doll, short stories by Daphne du Maurier. I've read The Rendezvous, or I don't think there's maybe a definite article, I think it's just called Rendezvous, which is another collection of short stories by Daphne du Maurier, and I was so compelled by them. She's my favourite prose writer. Don't tell Virginia Woolf that, but du Maurier is my favourite prose fiction writer. And I cannot wait to read this. I don't know what to expect from this particular collection, if there's a running theme or not, but I love her and I can't wait to read this. Then we have 3 left. The last 2 are kind of along the same lines, so we'll go with the little solo one. This is The Catcher in the Rye. I've never read it, and I call myself an author, I call myself a literature graduate. I've never read The Catcher in the Rye. And I read the first page when I was in the library just to see if I was in the mood for exploring this, and the writing style is not what I expected, so I actually don't know what this will be like for me personally. I hope I enjoy it. I really hope I enjoy it. But either way, I'm just glad I'm finally going to be able to say that I've read it. Penultimately, we have The Rough Guide to Horror Movies. This is by Alan Jones, and I love horror movies more than most things in life, and this, as I can see, goes through 50 horror classics. So we have Waxworks, Witchcraft Through the Ages. Very beautiful imagery in here. It just looks like a really nice little snapshot of horror films over the years, so hopefully I'm going to get some inspiration for films I would like to see. And last, on a very similar thread, we have Horror, the Film Reader, edited by Mark Jancovich. And this one's a little bit more text heavy. It's a little bit more analytical than the other one, perhaps. A bit more structural as well. So this one's going to be a little bit heavier read, which I kind of like when I'm reading a lot of crime fiction. I like to break it up with some heavier factual things. So I'm really looking forward to exploring the horror as a genre more in this. It covers theorising horror, gender, sexuality and horror film, producing horrors and consuming fears. I kind of can't wait for this. I actually still have more library books to read. That's that stack of books there. But if I had to order these by preference, I would say The Years, either of the horror film books, Catcher in the Rye, and then The Doll. So if you've read any of these, of course, I'd love to know what you think of them. I expect most people watching this have read The Catcher in the Rye. I just suck. Of course, any suggestions for other books you think I'd like, I'd love to hear them, and I'll speak to you all soon. Bye!